It's like a scene out of Dad's Army, isn't it? No, I promise you I have not come to a military reenactment. Welcome to another episode on Usually Fixing and Tinkering. A completely different episode. I'm actually on holiday, but I've come here in a very, very nice car with a friend, and goodness me, there's too much to see. There's steam, there's internal combustion, diesel, petrol, coal, you name it, everything's here. I'm down in Kent for a fantastic car show, and I can't wait to show you around. Everything for everyone really, including a really special few minutes that I'm so privileged to have seen, and honestly you need to be there, but at least I can show it in my eyes and through the camera lens so you can enjoy it as well. But anyway, let's get round and have a look at all the cars. We are down in Ashford, not far from Ashford, at a village car show. Well, it's huge. Oh, me. Right, do excuse that if there's music or there's other things in the background and I'm trying to raise my voice, but it's a wonderful little atmosphere today, and I'm going to take you through some of the classics here. We've got buses, coaches, steam locomotives, everything in between, commercial vehicles which you don't see. So I'm just going to take you down this lovely line. We've got some lovely Opel Mantas here. We've got a number of car clubs that have just showed up. Goodness me. Ooh. That is something else. You've got a GTE here. Another GT. Right, buy it. Goodness me. This fella, Art O'Carr. He actually makes paintings of your car. So you just need to send him some pictures and he'll make you a really, really nice picture. Goodness me, some familiar friends there. Oh, Ford Anglia. We're going to see plenty of classics down here. Kent is, I've always said Kent is the home of classics in not too many respects. Ooh. Sorry, buddy. Got a Mini Cooper Sport here. Plenty of them. A Renault. TR8. Yeah, goodness me. It's been a while since I actually saw one at a local car meet. We're going to have plenty of this going on today. Plenty of steam going on. A Triumph Dolomite, a 1500 no less. Yeah, really, really nice condition. I'm going to just veer around. Oh yes, it is. Wow. Austin Healey 3000. Hillman Super Minx. You know, I like the look of these. I don't know what it is about the Super Minx. I mean, the two-tone, the Teddy Boy sort of look. I used to like these rear lights. I don't know why. I really don't, but it's definitely a very nice car for its time. Alongside this Land Crab, an 1800 Land Crab. Well, we've got to have a midget here. Always a midget. We've got some things that are going at the speed of a snail. Look at the moving parts on that. Ah! Oh, yeah, we got lovely sunbeam here. Oh, with twin Webers. Ooh. A Morris Minor, a beautiful Morris Minor. Now, I'm going to have to direct you to this car. This is my friend's car, and this is what I turned up in today as a passenger. And my goodness me, what a lovely Mark 1 Cortina this is. Yep, a deluxe Cortina. Not a base, not anything else other than a deluxe. So it's very familiar to a lot of people. Absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely sumptuous. This has been stored and garaged since brand new. First owner had it about 20 years stored in a heated garage. Now if you look at the registration number 245 RRT, this was on Top Gear. So if you type in BBC Top Gear, this was towards the end of the Cortina and the Sierra, moving on to the Mondeo. It was a special video just to commemorate the history of the family car. This is such an important car for Ford. It really just did break the mold on what you could expect from the family car. We have obviously, because this is a 1963 model, we have a pre-crossflow engine with a free bearing crank. 1.2, not the 1.5, the 1.2, a very easygoing engine if you just prod along. And it has been kept since the first owner by my friend Phil. This has been in the family for a very, very long time. We don't even have any Cortina emblems on the steering wheel. We've got, instead of stalks, you get these very interesting column controls, which is a bit of a fiddle. Indicators down for right, up for left. I've got that correct. Horn on the end. A very early dashboard, which has just been protected. Strip speedo. Even the correct seats, the earlier seats you got on these, absolutely gorgeous. I'll point out to a couple of things actually. These early wheels with the motif, oh, look at that. These were an accessory. Most of them are dish hubcaps. You wouldn't have got that normally. There are some very, very early design features on these early Cortinas. This grille is completely different. Ah, it's wonderful. It wears its age really, really well. It's just been converted to electronic ignition. I thought I'll just show you this because what an absolute privilege it's been to sit in this car, and what a comfortable car this is. Honestly, this really did break the mold, and well, it's so good to see. Yeah, beautiful. A VW Beetle, lovely. Mice Minor 1000, lovely. Now this is another Cortina Mark 1, but I think it's been, have a look. Oh goodness me, that is a lovely interior. It says Lotus on the front. Interesting one. Ford Cortina Mark III Estate, the 2000. Probably not a GXL, because that would have had multiple lights. Wow. That's denoted by that. Thought I'd pay particular attention to some of the Fords because I've done quite a lot recently. Lovely. Morris Oxford. Yes. 1952 approximately. It's all careworn, this car. Really nice. MGB, which has just turned up in this lovely orange colour. We've got a Ford Model T making its way across. We're seeing all sorts of vehicle movements here today. Oh goodness me, I'm going to have to make my way over here. There's just so much to see. Such a sunny, lovely sunny day today. Couldn't have asked for anything better. Now, because I can't hear myself down there's a few cars that I might end up missing out, but still, I'll try and show you around. There's a car straight away over here, a Ford Zephyr. That is a ridiculously nice car. That's been imported from Australia. Just talking to the owner earlier, and it was imported about 20-30 years ago now, and it only had about 22 on the clock. Actually no, 2010 it had 22,000 miles on the clock. It's done 50 now. The owner enjoys using it, and you should use them, because if you're not going to use them, somebody else is. So you either do it now or you're not going to. We've got an XR3RB, it's a QR plate. I've got a feeling that this has been messed with quite a bit, so it's difficult to tell what it may have already been. That's the only thing I'd say with anything on a Q plate. This, an Escort Combi. I was looking around this with my friend earlier, and this is a diesel, a 1.8 diesel. Very, very rare. Found in someone's a council estate garage that was going to be demolished. I think one owner from new. It's been sprayed up. Obviously, the estates are very unique on Escorts. You know, They had the big door from a 3-door to reduce the tooling costs, but no back door. It's a 2-door estate. It's the only type of estate with 2 doors, unless you've got unless you can counter that with something I don't know. Please put it in the comments. We've got a Wellesley 1550, not necessarily one you'd have seen as a police car. Look at that, beautiful, beautiful. I think he's done that to keep the badge in place. What I love about classic cars is like these little touches here, this little touch, the bumper. I just think little things like that make me think they didn't need to do that, but it just looked good. Yes, it would have added to the cost of the car, but they just did it because it was just something nice to add. Not because, oh, it doesn't add any functionality. I think that's where we got with cars now. If it's a feature on a car, if there's something there on a modern car or car of the last 20, 30 years, it's got to be there. It wasn't put there for no reason. Yet, classics of this age, that's a different story. It was all about style. Style over substance in many respects, because the mechanicals were still developing. Automotive history and development has gone a long way. Citroen Traction Avant. Beautiful, but without the running boards. I think the early ones had running boards, so might be wrong about that. A Ford Mexico, lovely. 2 of them actually, in 2 completely different colours. Ford Escort Mexicos, brilliant, lovely. With that fella creeping in the back. An Austin J2, I've got to show you this, with the most unbelievable sort of interior. Look at that! Oh, so comfy. My friend would love this. It's an A40 Somerset. Somerset? Yes, it's got to be. It certainly is. Brilliant. Oh, a Morris Minor here with a slightly slanted roof. I think that's had some work done. A 73 Beetle in gold. Very, very original. Ford Prefect. Series 3 Land Rover in this best colour for a Series 3 Land Rover. There are an array of vehicles and sizes and different countries. Yeah, very much so on this one. From the rat look to just completely vintage. Oh, Morris 10.4. Morris 10.4. A Citroen B14, a P1800 Volvo, a Ford Anglia Super, known as a 105 also. Rover P4, 75? Yeah, 74 brake. That would have the 4-cylinder inlet over exhaust, beautiful. A Rover P5 with the V8, not a coupe, no, it's the saloon. 2-tone, silver birch roof, gorgeous, with rose styles. A Consul, the Teddy Boys car. Superb. Wow, Granada Estate. A 3-litre engine, judging by that, yep. A Morris Minor which has been immaculately restored under there. I'd like to own one of these just for the simple sake of just sliding the engine out the front and rebuilding it on my kitchen table. And this is the sort of engine that you can do that with. So many other Morris Minors here. Oh, Mark II Jag. Yes, that's me, it is a Jag. And judging by that, 2.4 litres, the smallest XK. Wow, that was mostly known on Mark I Jags with the arches that cover up the back wheels, which I quite like, but the wheels are inboard. They didn't exactly align to better handling those cars. Sierra XR 4i 4x4 with the sort of biplane windows. XR4i, so not 4x4, XR4i, excuse me. Triumph Herald. MGB rubber bumper. A Rover 105R. Goodness me, this is a little bit more upmarket. A little bit more horses. I've got a feeling That has got the very rare Rover-matic automatic gearbox. I think it's a 2-speeder. I've got a feeling. Goodness me. Wow. That is rare. I think it's probably one of the few left. They only made a very small number of them with the Rover-matic gearbox in the 50s. I'll Jag. Oh, we got some D-types. Another Series 2. This is a 3.4 litre according to this. Yeah. Best, well, the smoothest straight 6s of the time. Probably one of the best, to be honest. Right, another Jag. We've got E-type. Series 2, maybe 3. Oh, this is definitely a Series 3. This is Series 2. Series 3 with this grille. Most of these are V12s. For a guy Sprite. Cutie. Another Traveller. Oh, goodness me. I think this is a Nomad. Or something to do with Trojan Nomad. Another Mexico over here. With a lot of history. And it's up for sale. Goodness me. Don't tempt me. I ain't got any money. Wow. I think that's a Silver Spirit. Yes, it's a Silver Spirit. Beautiful car. Yeah. Armstrong Sydney. Got all this agricultural stuff going on in the background. A lot of Fergusons moving around. The Ford Popular. The cheapest car in the world and the last car to be priced under £400 in the UK. Cheap. We've got a Prefect right next to it, a little bit more. Well, a Rover 95, P4 95. Goodness me, seen quite a few P4s already. They were popular. Unbelievable. Any Doctor Who fans? Just saying, you'll know what that is. Yeah. Oh, beautiful. We have a Prefect. Big owners club here. Got some random cars over here. We've got some Fergusons over here. Goodness me, be into all this sort of stuff? Yes. Not everybody is. Feel the heat over here. The camper. A Volkswagen Rabbit GTI, as it would have been known in quite a few markets, particularly America, but we know it as the Golf. TR6. Over here. Oh, goodness me. DeSoto. Now down here we've got various commercial vehicles, trucks and steam stuff. So if you're interested in this kind of stuff, please follow. There's so much like live stuff going on down there. It's hilarious. Gonna see some of this. I just smell the coal and the steam. Unfortunately, it's way more smelly to me than what I've been told it should be. I have no experience of such things. But because we sadly import our coal from abroad, it's not as good. It's really rubbish. So it tends to burn a bit more sulphury. With steam cars was a thing in the 1910s. I certainly was in a lot of commercial vehicles. Yeah. But you have to know how to handle them because it's almost an explosive weapon. Because it is an explosion in some respects, or can become one. This is how a lot of things worked. It worked off steam power to turn rams and pumps, whether it's a water pump. There's lots of interesting demonstrations going on here. That one, it's going off. This show's got everything. It's got the bike section here as well. I'm not a bike person, but what I have noticed is this particular name is making a bit of a comeback in terms of bikes. Yes, production is starting up on Triumphs again, and we might be seeing a bit more of them in the future, particularly where I live. But it's nice to know that motorbikes might be doing a bit of a U-turn. But anyway, I want to show you this. The usefulness of steam is ridiculous. And that's just one stroke. It's just, now this is proper steam. I don't know what this one is doing. But if you see this one, it's actually drawing a hacksaw across using 2 belts. This one is a water pump. Oh, joking. If you can see this one, it's actually seeping flour. And that one, whatever it was doing, it's run out. Still. Oh, it's water, it's a tap. Honestly, petrol, 1 stroke, 2 stroke, oh, 2 stroke I should say, steam. Oh, the fumes today. It's like, I've not experienced this kind of over sensation of steam and fumes. Unbelievable. Another water pump. Oh. It's not necessarily what it's doing, it's the smell. Oh, it's beautiful, beautiful. Now I've got a surprise for you in this episode. I've been doing these videos for quite a while, for 2.5 years, but I've not had an opportunity of doing something that I actually never thought I would, and that is getting so close to what I consider to be the greatest internal combustion engine of all time. There are no arguments against this, I'm sorry. I don't want to hear your opinion because it just is. And I now can present it to you, which is, you need to listen to this. I present to you the Rolls-Royce Merlin V12 as fitted to Lincoln, Lancaster and Spitfire bombers.
Box clear. So I do need the engines to line up now.
Did you enjoy that? I certainly did. My heart is absolutely beating out of its chest. It is scary being close to something that produces something absolutely colossal. I think like 18,000 horsepower, something stupid like that. It mind boggles with how powerful that is. Stage 2, a 2-stage supercharger is fitted. It will take a gallon of fuel every minute. So if you work that out, probably a litre of fuel maybe every 10 seconds-ish, give or take. That's scary. And there were 2 of them fitted to every single bomber. There is no argument to be said that that is the greatest internal combustion engine of all time in terms of its design, its advanced design, something that all engines have copied and developed since decades later, just in a very small and more fuel efficient form for our passenger cars, and something that had more of an impact in the world that we live in today than that. So I'm pleased to have shown you that. Now, commercial vehicles and buses. Oh dear, this is where some of you might turn off. I'll keep this short. You know what? I don't have a great deal of interest in commercials, but to see them and the preservation that these owners have taken to keep these on the road is unbelievable. Most of these probably have been in the family, have been preserved alongside a firm's current working crop of vehicles that has just been left in the side of the yard until someone says, do you know what, we should get that back up and running because it used to be the workhorse we were using 20-30 years ago. This being a casing example, probably to move cement, sand or whatever. And the company now has gone, yeah, okay, we'll give it a shot. And what they've ended up with is this. What an absolute, if this is a current company, what an absolute great display that is for a company. It gets my attention, and you certainly look at the roasting. Most people don't see it like that. Most people, well, most of these companies are defunct, but some are still going. Gets my attention. So these were, goodness me, everywhere when I was little. A Leyland PD2 Titan. This is a very, very nice thing with Leyland's own engines, where they used to make their own for the Maidstone Corporation, which is a nice orangey yellow combination. This has been very nicely preserved. Interestingly, on the downstairs, we have many vinyl seats. That's quite interesting because usually it's upstairs where the smokers are. How interesting. I love this. Just a hop on, hop off. Health and safety has made our life a misery in the last 20-30 years. Sorry, I like going back to this because it's just a little glimmer of happiness in a world that is struggling a little bit for its happiness and everything else in between. Another Leyland PD2, I believe it is anyway. Yes, it is. Single decker. Yes, and they obviously, apart from the single deck, it's actually the same. And again, got vinyl seats in this. Lovely Leyland motif on the hub cap. That's lovely to see. I do love that the rings that you get on these hubcaps. This is more shiny on these rings. It's just to make it look nice and presentable. Oh my goodness me. Goodness me, the size of that gearbox. Oh, the battery's nice and accessible. Oh, lovely. Now, this Land Rover Defender is part of the Cumbria Fire Service. This has come a long way to this show today, unless it's been moved around. Yes, absolutely. All fire services had some of these knocking around in every depot. Beautiful. Right next to a lovely Routemaster IM349 with the cab open. And all your main controls over there. The handbrake over this side. Lovely steering wheel. It's a semi-automatic gearbox in there, so just a brake and an accelerator. It's all operated by hydraulics. The brakes, the gearbox, it's all hydraulically operated with the fuel filler right there. Let's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous.
Where is he? Oh, he's over there.
I can't get. I'm not nostalgic because I was not brought up in this area, but I love the shape and style of a Routemaster, just in the engineering side of things. And it's something that I aspired to own remarkably. Some of you are just thinking, oh, you're absolutely mad. Not if you're into buses, which I am. I'm losing pace here with so many things. All sorts of commercial vehicles. We've got some military vehicles on the other side and tanks. I'll show you them. Last of all, God, these were everywhere. The commercial vehicles and Ford and all sorts of manufacturers were getting in on the act. Oh, that's rather nice. So we've got some lubricants and some castor oils. What looks like a pump. We've got a balloon going off there with propane. Every form of travel is here. From transit pickups, a smiley face transit, to a country Routemaster. This, yes, it would be good for weddings. This was for long distance runs out of the borough of London, so therefore they needed nicer seating. However, the moquette seating is actually kind of standard. Usually it'd be a green vinyl-y sort of two-tone style, but wonderful. Some London transports other vehicles, another single decker. That's a wonderful one. When I get too distracted, I'm trying to get a balance. A lovely Bedford van. A Dormobile. Oh no, I could live in that. IC Marshall, another Bedford. This looks like a horse box. Or I think it is. This is a horse box actually. A Scammell with a Gardner engine. Most of these would have Gardner engines in. Gardner, probably the A series of diesel engines. For Bedford over here. Most of these are being out today. They've all been for a run. Land Rover Club. Ooh. Let's have a look in here. It's a series. I think it's a series. Oh, goodness me. They've put a P6 engine in there. Wow, that's the first time I've seen a 4-cylinder P6 engine straight in here. The 2.0, oh, this is the engine that I had in my P6, but it had the earlier rocker cover. This has got the correct ribbing on it. I bet that goes really nicely in this, but probably a little bit stressed in this sort of application, but nevertheless, wow, that's a first. You never know what you see under the bonnet of these things. An early two-door Range Rover. Now what registration is it? Still an S registration, so that'd be 76. Wow. I still got the 3-spoke steering wheel in there. Ooh, goodness me, that is a rather nice spot. Another Series 3 over here. Oh, a couple more Land Rovers here. We've got a Series 1 down there. One. Oh, gorgeous. Got a later one over there, Defender, from 1983. Yep. Oh, forget the odd one or two coach, vintage coaches. Goodness me. Look at the amount of light that is let in. On a day like today, it's like a panoramic roof. You know, people say that panoramic roofs are like a sort of new thing. It wasn't. It was done on many vehicles way before the last 10 years of panoramic roofs. It's not a new thing. Oh, the smoke. On my way to the military vehicles, we have some familiar faces. Oh, A50 Cambridge. Oh, A50? Yeah. 2CV. Oh, the Thames, that's the commercial Anglia. A lovely 2-litre Pinto under there. It's an RS 2000, that one. Lovely Rolls Royce. Ooh. An MG 1300 Magnet. A nice Marina. I have to show you this one. It's an early Marina. It's an automatic. Goodness me, that's very, very rare. And for an early one, whew, very nice, lovely colour. Another Mark 1 Cortina. Now this one, I've been told, is slightly different to Phil's. It is slightly later. We've got a badge on the steering wheel. It is a column shift and it's an automatic. Yes, a 3-speed Borg Warner in a Cortina. How very rare. I think there's only about 10 of them as far as I'm concerned. Super written on the side. Some very minor differences, but it's just mainly in the interior. The heater controls are a little bit more different. It's got these fresh air open vents. This is a slightly later model, I think 66, whereas Phil's one, the one I came in, is a 63 example. It's got the dog dish wheels, which you typically get. Little Ford badge on the wing. But this is a cross-flow. I'm pretty sure that this will be a cross-flow engine where it kind of stepped forward a little bit. Oh no, it's pre-cross-flow, sorry. No, I do apologise, it is pre-cross-flow. It's still not quite a cross-flow engine. Blind as a bat, Andrew. It's got the colostomy bag, as you would usually expect. A regulator for the dynamo, which this still has. Nice battery on the side there. And obviously, because it's an automatic, we only have a brake master cylinder over there. We've got the glass bowl fuel pump. Goodness me, we've got the big massive Borg Warner down there that I'm very, very familiar with. Sturdy gearbox and give very, very little issues. Very few of them have issues. However, this one did have an issue, and Phil has given him another gearbox where he's could kind of like use different parts from that gearbox and use it to repair his current one. So the gearbox in this car is still the original. It had a fault and it was repaired. So actually, if they do go wrong, you often find it's a very replaceable and repairable part that's gone wrong. Superb. It's got wind mirrors as well, which might have been added from new, but most of them didn't. You don't even get seat belts on these early Cortinas. VW Beat. A Volvo 240, I think that's a 240. Mustang, lovely. Right, I'm going to scoot over because, well, we've got to see some military vehicles before I get run over by this steam coming through. Or choked, whichever the one. Getting gassed. Well, to bring a balance, I have to go through a line. Lovely British Jeep. That's epic, that sounds epic. Goodness me, probably the most famous military vehicle of that time. Dodge here and there, goodness me. No, man made some military vehicles during these times. Some of these are newer, some of these are older. It's difficult to tell because I'm not into military vehicles, but I find it interesting when I do see things like this. Very, very simple suspension on these. They were meant to be made in service, mended with very basic tools. This one's for sale. Does anybody want this? Is the gun included? Ooh, Land Rover were doing a few things as well. Obviously Land Rover provided a lot of these over the years. Excuse me, you've done something very wrong there, man. My viewers who put bad comments will just have to be punished. Nah, I think that's actually too lenient. I think some of you deserve this. The ones who've been pestering me all these years. Joking. Wow. Yeah, I wouldn't fancy that, to be honest. Your head will come off. Sweat boxes, these were. Sweat boxes. I know a a couple of stories from some of the clashes over the years. Most people would have preferred not to be in a tank because, well, it's just a melting cesspit. Really is.
I don't know.
I think most people would prefer to be in a Spitfire bomber than one of these. Be in the air, not on the ground. Grief. Right, I'm going to end this video here. There's so many other cars here that I haven't actually included because I'm absolutely bewildered myself. It's so sunny out here. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and wow, what a show this is. I'll put the title of this show in the description because my pronunciation seems to have gone off today, but it really is. I think it's a show held once a year at this time of the year, and it really is worth booking if you're in this area of the world. Anyway, from Kent, take care everyone.